matchup we have for you. Part of what makes this the best sport in the world, a rivalry game. A time where no matter what the record or the season outlook, a win in this one solves all problems and gets you those valuable bragging rights. Fielded in the end zone. It's Gee. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The midshipman offense is on the field to start this game. Last time these two rivals got together, guys, there were hurt feelings and some dead fish handshakes in the aftermath, and this might be just the recipe to cook up some revenge, Jesse.
Well, they're going to be motivated, that's for sure. The losing team, they have been hearing about that blowout loss now for a very long time. They had this game circled, David, all offseason, hoping to get that payback.
Oh, man, you get all the quotes, all the people talking about, all those blowhards on all the different networks, i.e. us, talking about how bad it was and how embarrassing it was, and now you get a chance to get some payback. They're excited.
Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line. Let's see what they've got on second down. Here comes the option. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Sticks it in his belly. Gets the job done on third down as he gets it out to the 25.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on third down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
Wide open downfield. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Navy is clicking on all cylinders right now. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Navy will have to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'll have to lock them up close to their goal line. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. The Falcons offense will take the field for the first time. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster, and I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing tackling, staying in your gaps, winning at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
The toss sweep to the right. Finds a little space. Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Toss sweep to the left. Past the first down marker and still running. still running at the 40. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
And how about that on third down? You give it to your playmaker in the backfield, and he's able to use his speed to go get the first.
And he's a guy that you should be focusing on with this offense. He's definitely a game breaker. He's a guy that they starred, going into this matchup that they had to stop. Third down, money down. You figure they might probably get him the football. They do, and they get the first down.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there, stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing game. It's in the run game with the option, too.
And the Falcons come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Now on the option, he'll keep it himself. He's not even going to make it back to the line of scrimmage as the defense gets big-time penetration. Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. Looking for a gap. It's Sands. Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him.
Yeah, not great blocking up front. They're struggling to get the running game going. And tell you what, they got to find something. Last week it was a bad performance, and this offense has got to get some momentum early in this game and find something that they do really, really well and someone they can count on.
And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. The Cadets here doing their best impressions of a jet engine right on takeoff. Listen to this place. They'll power it inside with the fullback. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop.
Well, you got to wonder about the play call there. 3rd and long, hoping to catch the defense off guard, napping, but they weren't fooled. They made a play, got the tackle for loss. Now you've got 4th in California.
Wants to bring it back. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. The option look.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time, and they're able to make a quick.
There he goes. He's forced out of bounds at the 31, but that is why you keep it on the ground. Offense threatening 1st and 10 from the 31. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Got a little work done on 1st down. Now back to the line. They'll go to the toss. Makes it past the marker. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
This play works for one reason. You toss the ball quickly to the left, receivers have to block. Once that running back gets on the perimeter, you're going nowhere if those receivers aren't committed to getting on those DBs, locking on them, running their feet. That's not their first priority. I know they're going to catch the ball more than they're going to block. Nice job blocking on that toss.
The give on the option. Touchdown Falcons! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? option.
Anytime the pitchman is able to score on these option-type plays, there has to be great blocking downfield by the wide receiver. That was absolutely textbook, and that's what allowed the running back to go score.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes the Navy offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He'll ride his man on the option. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
The give to the fullback. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. Well, guys, Air Force has the lead here. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. He'll be brought down at the 32-yard line. Good job by the defense to keep him away from that first down marker. It's fourth down. Navy will have to punt it away. Hauls it in and looking upfield. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Sends it back in motion. Give to the fullback. Oh, he's got some space. A great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
The fullback. This takes me back to my days growing up, watching the fullback being on the field every single play. You don't see that anymore, but the big fella gets the football. Hey, he looks like he knew what to do with it, too. Nice little pickup, little agility, little speed, but mostly a lot of just girth and strength and just grown man.
The Falcons, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. On the option. He'll do it himself. Got enough for the first. And it's on the ground. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover.
When you start to get that offense going and start having success, you've got to make sure when you get closer to the scoring range, I take care of that football. If you don't, coach is going to go, you on the sideline, you in the game.
Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. This time, they need to take care of the ball and maybe extend this lead, David.
And I think you got to look at the positive reason. You still got the lead. Now take care of the football. Put a nice drive together, Jesse. You don't have to stress. We're still winning.
I feel like they think that player for player, they're the better unit on the field right now. They just got to make more plays.
They'll send the back in motion. They try to get it outside on the left. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
After getting that fumble, if you're on offense here, you've got to be thinking touchdown, right? So after that run play, this is a big third down opportunity to either stay on the field or score a TD. You wouldn't feel very good if you only walk away here with a field goal.
And he is stuffed. And I think the reason he's stuffed there is, think about it. The only time you really give the ball to the fullback is short yardage situations. The defense knew it was coming, played it fast, played it physical, and stopped them for a big loss.
Back to pass on second down. Touchdown, Air Force! Quick strike through the air for the score. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
And Navy will go back on the attack. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
That's exactly what you want to do against the option. You want that thing to string along out wide so you get more bodies to the football. Nice job playing the first option, the quarterback. They've sent the pitch out wide. Guess what? Ready for that, too. They tackle him, and they get him on the ground.
It's amazing to think just how confident this offense was coming into this game. They thought they were going to go up and down the field throwing the football in this one. That has not been the case. They have not yet scored a touchdown in this one. They just threw an incompletion on third down now, looking like they may have to punt. This offense has got to find their rhythm, but you've got to wonder about their confidence at this point in the game.
Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. On the option, fighting off the defender. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Not always the old line. Sometimes those receivers want to get a jump on the snap count, and they'll move them back.
False start off offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty.
Here we go.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Goes to the option. Quarterback on the keeper. Now the pitch. Got the first down. Looking for more. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. Motion from the back. Can't get him to the ground.
Really nice job by the defense that time, stopping the option. Everyone accounted for it. You saw the quarterback. He was holding it. He was running wider and wider out to the perimeter of the field. But this defense has really good speed. But they made that play because everybody was on the same page. Nice job.
Gets him down at the 30 after a 15-yard pickup. They are threatening, and they have a first down. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. And the Falcons will snap it on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Run it with the fullback. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Falcons can really attack on this 2nd and short. Gets the back moving. They go to the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The toss to the right. breaks into the open. Headed to the end zone. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Falcons.
What a nice touchdown run, and this is a team effort, right? It's got to start with the offensive line to give you that crease, and then the wide receivers start to kick in, and the running back, he handles the rest. Nice touchdown run.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
The Big 12 has become must-see TV, and fellas, today's clash is no different. TCU is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winner Davey O'Brien among the legends to wear that uniform. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to Colorado.
Clark to fire.
Wilson.
And here's a fumble way behind the line.
Woo. Deep breath.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Navy will try to fight its way out of this hole here on second down. On the option. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. Finds the tight end. Out across the 20, they'll mark him out of bounds right at the 21-yard line. Navy will have to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. And the Falcons with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Give to the big fullback. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
How do you not respect the big fellas? This doesn't take you back in the time machine to the days when a fullback was on the field every single play. Then you're missing out because fullbacks are awesome. They're just low maintenance. They're not divas like wide receivers. They just block most of the time, don't say much. And then you give them the football and occasionally you get some big plays like this and they hit somebody so hard they got snot bubbles coming out of their nose.
The Falcons with myriad options after that big pickup on first down.
This offense is just like Novocaine. Like, just give it time. It just keeps working. It's a slow death, right? Like, they continue to just chip away. Nice first down play. Nice read. Get it to the pitch man. Sets up a great second down opportunity.
Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. Just inside the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 19.
And that's a nice job by this QB. Great job. You show patience, right? Like, if they don't come take me, I'm going to keep running. That's how I go pick up another first down, move the sticks, and this offense can keep churning.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Their hope for a touchdown gone by the boards, but they'll try to put up 3 before going to the locker room. Good right down the boulevard. And now the lead is even bigger. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They put the brakes on him, but a good return out to the 36. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together, and a fun first half between these rivals. And this offense has been the story through 2 quarters, extending this lead and really dominating almost every aspect of this game. We're talking lethal efficiency from the O-line right on down to the skill position guys. Although I'd argue those big uglies up front are skilled players in their own right.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead. Turning it on! The 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown Air Force! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Short gain on the play before he slides.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. Takes the handoff. It's Sands. He's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again, and this just hasn't been his day. Nowhere to run.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
Pulls it in. It's Perry. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Navy is clicking on all cylinders right now. Clark wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's awesome. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Navy!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And the extra point splits the uprights. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they closed the deal from 43 yards out with a touchdown pass. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. They'll go back to work with a sizable margin still up there on the scoreboard. Big fullback's got it. So now it's 2nd and long. Sends it back in motion. They'll run the option. There he goes. They get him out of bounds. Couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. They'll run it. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Fullbacks are very unselfish. One of the most unselfish positions you can find in football. They block 99% of the time. But when you can give them that rock, get a 1st down, those guys are really big. You know, they're really powerful. They usually fall forward. No nonsense, no jukes, just hit you in the mouth.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll send the back in motion. They'll try to get outside. He has the 1st and still on his feet. Touchdown, Falcons! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the MAC. Bowling Green has been able to call its shots offensively. As impressive a performance as I've seen from this group in some time. They're up by 31 over Western Michigan. The MACtion never sleeps, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Now, after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Offense bringing in the big boys, heavy personnel. They'll give it to the back. Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Going to try to get it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. And it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking for room. It's Sampson. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The midshipman looking for a chunk play on 3rd and long. Clark to fire. Got it in the middle. It's Perry. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Wants to go up top on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Taylor. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. They'll run the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
The play action fake. Bringing the heat. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Man, getting to this quarterback is pivotal. You saw it last drive, way too much time. They score a touchdown. Nice job on second down. Anticipating the pass, playing the pass, getting the sack, and now forcing a difficult third down.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Finds his man. It's awesome. Not going to get there. Not going to get close as he's brought down at the 30. It's 4th down. So they'll send out the field goal unit. He's got it. Showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll start the return inside his spot. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him up. At the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Here comes the option. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Motion from the back. Now on the option. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
Oh, he's got a chance. Breaks into the open. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a first down, and we'll see if they get another play off here in the 3rd. That's the end of the quarter. Air Force has the lead here. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Gets the back moving. Now they'll run it on the toss. Got the first down and still on his feet. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
I think a big key in this team's success today has been their ability to run the football. They've been able to just hand it off and go churn out yards. They've had this defense on their heels all game long. It's given them a big cushion in this game so far. Let's see if they can keep it up.
The option look. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Tried to pound it on first down. Now back to the line. Looks as if he's going to run it. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Finding an escape route. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense. There's nobody there taking him.
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And for quarterbacks throwing the ball down this close to the goal line, because there's so many bodies in such a small space, oftentimes routes take a little bit longer to develop, and it forces quarterbacks to have to hold on to it a little.
Looking for the end zone. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Just really solid play by this offense. Nice job. Whatever the defense gives you the option, they're trying to make you wrong. The problem is, defensively, you got so much to cover. Nice chunk gain. Just remember, that quarterback can also stick his foot in the ground.
Beck's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Air Force. They build this fourth-quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
And here comes the Navy offense. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wide receiver comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Well, I love the variety in the run game you're seeing from this offense. It's not just going to be conventional handoffs. Won't just be the quarterback, but he's making good decisions. Pitching at that time, that's the right read, and it's not a huge explosive home run type play, but it is enough to help them pick up the first down.
The ball carried by fullback. Tackle is made at the 42.
After a good pickup on the run, it's 2nd down. Fullback's got it. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Navy now facing 3rd and short. He'll ride his man on the option. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. Navy will have to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. On the option. He'll pitch it. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that rep.
He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. And the Falcons will try to pin them back with the punt. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Punt is in the air on 4th down. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. And Navy will go back on the attack. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working.
Oh, he's got some space. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. Johnson looking to throw. Fires to the tight end. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield. Pick up 10 and the 1st down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it 1 high safety? Is it 2 high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival, you're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game, focus in on this next one.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.